recommendable you extract your data to the Excel and then to do a reconciliation, because you can't do a reconciliation in a QuickBook. Yes, it has reconciliation, but it is not effectively. So where is it? Yes, let's use a RayGut. Let's use Ray. When doing bank reconciliation, you extract the bank ledger account, which I go to charts, find the bank account. Our bank account is National Bank. I want to do a reconciliation for last year. Right click, extract the data. This is the ledger for last financial year. And then extract Excel. Export. Let's wait a minute to export. A QuickBook or any other software, you will find that you will have some empty columns. So there is a way of deleting these empty columns. There is a way of deleting these empty columns. Let me get a backup first. This, and then say delete. You delete the empty columns, delete. Also this one, delete. So you see, if you have so many data, then it will take you the whole day doing that, right? So there is a way of doing it very fast. Control Z to undo. So the way you can use a shortcut keys to delete these empty columns. How? You put your cursor at the first row. So now select the first row like that, and then you key in Control G. Control G will give you this pop-up small window. This small window, you go to the special. After special, you'll be able to see this blank. When I click that blank and then you click OK. So utapata the empty column itakuwa selected. I hope unaona empty columns imekuwa selected.
Yes.
So ukishaona empty column imekuwa selected, what do? You key in Control negative. Control negative. If you key in Control negative, you get this a pop-up small window, and then tunaenda entire column. So you say enter that one, and then you click OK. It'll delete all the empty columns. Yes. So it also applies to the rows. Maybe your data, like for example, this data ni nyingi. So unapata kuna some empty rows which unafaa delete. So you use the same procedure. Now, this is our bank ledger book, which hapo ndio unaandikanga headings. Najua this one bank reconciliation for the month of for this account. That is not our main concern. Our main concern, we want to get, if you look at here, we have the running balances and we have the mixed amount here of a negative and positive, right? Which the negatives means the payments, and the positive, it is the deposit or the receipt from the customers. Now we want to separate the two so that we can have the deposit and we can have the payment. Then we can now easily compare with our bank statement. Yes. So which mean, I don't know what the formula is, will pick, or we can use the empty here. So we can insert two column here. And then to the other one here, we say this one is payments, and then to this one is deposit. That's how we do. I do reconciliation, and that's why I find Excel more efficient, because if someone does a changes in the system, you have your backup in Excel. You can easily identify the transaction gani alipass. So here now we want to extract the payments. The payment is a negative. So all the values which are negative, they are payments. So we will use an if statement. So tutatumia equals if this value is less than, hiyo ni less than ama ni greater than?
Less than.
Yes, so if that value is less than 0, comma, what do you want Excel to do for you? To give me that value. So they give me that value. So when I click hiyo mahali kuna hiyo value, so they will give me the value in G, comma, or if it is not, give me a 0 value. Give me a zero value, and then you close your bracket, enter. So the Excel will extract for you the value. Then to go to the other side, if this is greater than 0, then give me that value. Give me that value, or you return me a 0. Or return me a 0 and then enter. So Excel will return to a 0. So once you do that for the first cells, then you select the two of them and then double click this part. So they will copy paste the formula downward. They will copy paste the formula downward, and you can be able to get what was your total payment and what was your total deposit. And then now you can compare with what? So find that
the bank.
Yeah, and then we compare. Then alt equal sign, it is to plus. Alt equal sign, it does a summation automatic. So utapata this was the deposit, this was all the deposit, and then this was all the payment. So then you compare with what you have in your bank statement. Then if there's any variance, then the variance, you will now need to know about
opening balance.
Is not in agreement. Is it bank charges are more, or what about like utapata some variance, maybe bank charges zote ijakuwa posted.
Okay.
No.
What about the opening balance?
The opening balance, maybe the opening balance maybe is okay. Remember when doing a reconciliation, the running balance, maybe you had an uncredited check which it was for the last month, so that one will not affect the current reconciliation if that payment was effected in the current month, but it was for the previous month, so it will not affect your current running balances. So these balances will not affect the reconciliation. So we assume this was the correct balance as per that date.
Yes.
Yes. Remember, reconciliation, for you to reconciliation to be effective, the deposit and the payment should be equal. Then now, if that one should be equal, then maybe something which is bringing the variance is the running balances. The running balances.
So like in this case, our payments are how much?
Yes. So if you look at this one, our payment here, the total payment. So actually, is the one which will give us, if you subtract these, because this is our total deposit, and that this is our total payment. These are our total payment. So if I add the two, this plus this, giving us 1.6, and our running balance is 2.6. So which means the variant here is the opening balances. So the variant here is the opening balance, which is 5.504.
Yes.
504.
So meaning the amount here,
yes,
which is in column G 140 what 148 is
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, in column G, you can see in column G it is that it is this one. Yeah, 1.6.
Yeah.
So unapata reconciliation, so maybe utapata kulikuwa na uncredited check last month, and then we normally say, so we're doing reconciliation, so assuming there is 100,000, or we can say which one, this one, of this one have not been presented to the bank, and then so you'll find that as per our bank statement, utapata as per, so here you will say balance as per bank is what? We will take this plus 600,000 for example, which is that one, and then so that one is balanced as per the bank, and then you have to reconcile here. That's why we normally do updated cash book. So utapata useme add unpresented check, unpresented, do we write unpresented check? So, but our unpresented check is that 600. So I will bring it that 600 here. This 600,000. Yeah. And then now I say this equals this a plus this plus this. So that one could be now a balance as per the ledger. Balance as per the ledger. So it will be that one. So utapata, they will be now the same. They will be now the same. That's how I do reconciliation. But maybe inategemea na system ingine unatumia unaifanyaje reconciliation. But the best way is to extract the deposit and the payment side, and then to check ni gani inakuletea variance. Maybe if it is if the variant is the bank charges, maybe you find that in your bank statement, bank charges is different with what you have, or you are not sure whether the reconciliation item is the bank charges. You have not posted all the bank charges in every month, because every month there should be a bank charges. You want to know how much was the bank charges for the whole year, right? Then
Yes.
then now we bring in a formula called the sum if. So maybe you have guessed, you are not sure. Maybe bank service charges is the one which is making this account not to reconcile. We are assuming. So now you want to know how much was the bank charges which was posted in the last year. So copy that bank charges, and then you paste that bank charges here. Then we want to confirm how much was the bank charges. So instead of using the old method, which I know you are most familiar with, the one we filter, una filter bank charges peke yake, and then unaangalia ni ngapi, then unaanza kudrag kusum. That's how you do it, sindio? Yeah. So you don't need to stress yourself when doing reconciliation if you have the sum if formula and if formula. So what you only need to do is to copy one of the characters, so long as hizo characters zote zinafanana. So you make sure that hizo characters zote zinafanana. Hii iko na S.
Just scroll up.
Kuna ingine iko zote zinafanana, hiyo ni bank service. Zote zinafanana. So I don't think there is another one. Yeah. Zote zinafanana. So yeah, zote zinafanana, so they are the same. So if they are the same, you can get each of those three of those items. So we can even delete that one and extract all the accounts which they pass through the bank. So what do? We copy this column, the split column, and then we paste here. We paste here that split column. These are accounts, and then we remove the duplicates. How do we remove the duplicates? We go to the accounts or data. We go to the data here, and then kuna delete, utapata data, and then this part, remove the duplicate. It depends with the types of Excel you are using. Me, I'm using 365. That's why it is not written here duplicates. So if you are using 2016 and up to 202 or 207, that here it has been written remove duplicates instead of this X upper. So if I click that, then it will ask me to remove the duplicate from that column N. And then I will say, okay, remove the duplicates. So these are the only accounts which they pass through the bank. So I can copy this, cut this, Control C, X, and then Control V to paste. Then I can say these are accounts. Now, so I want to know how much was the petty cash, how much was the account receivables, and how much was the bank
charges.
Bank charges, yes. So you don't need to go there using filtering and then scrolling to some. That one will take you a lot of time. So what you do, we use a formula called the sum if function. The sum if function. It is a powerful Excel function. So we say equals the sum if, the first one. It will ask you the range. So the range is split mahali kuna easy accounts imeandikwa petty cash, account receivable and bank charges. So that could be our range, which is this one. So it is column F. And then we need to fix so that this column F will not move to G or will not move to the previous column, so that it can be stationed in that column. So how do you fix as formula in Excel?
You use it's called what? The one which is like an exclamation mark.
Like iko na dollar signs, ndio?
Yes,
Iko
dollar sign.
dollar sign. So there is it depends with your keyboard. There is the one which if you press F4, they give you that dollar sign immediately. But there are other keyboard which they don't have. So you have to press FN in your keyboard plus that F4. Even like for mine, I have to press FN plus F4. So they will give me that dollar sign. So it means that column, it is stationed. It will not move to the left or right. So it will station there, and then we put a comma. It will ask you the criteria. So the criteria is the accounts here. For example, petty cash. But that one, I will not lock that one because I want to move from petty cash to account receivable to bank charges, going downward kama kungekuwa na zingine. So that one, we don't lock that one. We leave it at this, and that comma. It will ask you the sum range. So the sum range we can get from this amount here, the combined one. So the sum range will be there, and that we also need to lock to that account and that column F4. So we have locked, and then you close the bracket, enter. So utapata all this, it was for petty cash. So let's put that one. So then you drag down, you will get it. So all this was the deposit, which was coming from account receivables, and then all these are bank charges. So if you sum it, are we getting the total of 1.6? So you can see there is a missing value. There is a missing value.
1603.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So there is a missing value. It's not coming the same. There is split. So you can see the one which is bringing us some variance, the one which has been written, the split. So, yes, so we can copy this split, and then maybe that one is, if you pass a journal, remember they give you a split, so you can paste.
And then they have different accounts.
Yeah, they have more than one account. So we can't have a split there, that we drag our formula up to that point. So the one which I've gone to split is 95, and then add this, it will give you 1.69999, which is the same with yenye huku chini.
Okay.
It is the same with that one. So you see now you can easily give a summary of the variables yenye imeenda through bar. through bank, right? If
The
you
good
are,
thing is
yes,
the split is only one.
the
The
split.
split is only one.
Yes, the split is only one. Yeah, I think the split is only one. Now, if you were to present this information, maybe you are presenting to the board, then remember the board will not, they don't want the detailed reports like this, right? They don't want
Yes.
this. They only need to know how much was the petty cash did we spend last year. So you only pick that amount. Also,
Amount.
this is the bank charges which we incurred last year. So it is easily now to interrogate that statement with a summarized statements.
Yeah.
So you can see some if it's only give you one condition, right? Yes.
One condition.
The one condition, maybe because if you go to the meeting, remember these people like the directors, they don't angaliangi kuna kazi ngumu, right? Maybe umeenda akakwambia,
Yes.
ukaambia we spent 16 million on petty cash, then atakuuliza how did we spend this petty cash, can we break down in months so that we know how much did we spend in every month, or the bank charges for every month,
Yeah.
so that we see if this bank charge more, how much did we spend on monthly basis.
Monthly basis.
Yes, and at that point you are there with a laptop presenting this information. So if to do that works, it will take you the whole day recording monthly, putting this one, rearranging, right?
Yes.
But if you have this, you know how to use the sum if this some advanced Excel formula, you can just say, wait a minute, and then to provide them what they want. What they want. Yes. So now and then we bring in another formula called the sum if. So this one can enable you to get more than on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis. Yes, on a monthly basis. So how do we do now on a monthly basis? If you look at here, we have dates from January to December. December. Yes, from January to December. But now the Excel, they don't know this one. We have to provide an Excel date like month, January, Feb, March, all the way to December. Maybe by introducing another column here called month, another column here called months, and then now we need to introduce now to tell Excel to give us if this date is a January, December, but even though ya QuickBooks sijui kama inakwanga month inakwanga on the opposite. So let's try kama tutapata exact month. Now we have
because of,
yes.
Like the first one, which one is the date? Which is there's a date, month, year.
So in
I don't know.
QuickBook, the one in the middle is the date. So the first one is the month. That is for QuickBook. But we can rearrange this by clicking this column and then go to the dates here under the numbers, and then we customize. We go to the customize. You can see here, this is your arrangement. Month inaanzia month, inakuja date, and inakuja years.
Yes.
But you can customize. Excel can enable you that. So what do? We put that to be date, and then we put these ones to be monthly.
Month.
Yes. You can even put 2 days here. It will work. So it means now we have interchange. Then click OK. So you can see now we can have monthly and date. So with all this knowledge of Excel, you can easily manipulate this data. Now you want to extract. Now we don't need the date 1, 2, 3. No, we just need month only. If it is January, we need January. If it is March, we need March. So we extract now month here, and then say equals.
Yes.
We use a text function. There is a text function. There's a text function there. So which, if you put that text function, it will ask you a value. So the value is this one, that is our value, the date, and then comma, the format. So we need the format. So we can't have the month like Jan, we don't need the full month, the full name of January, December. We just need Jan, Feb, March. So we can have D is for, MM is for month. So M stands for month. So we can't have opening quotation and then double, we get 3 M's hapo, and then we close with quotation and then close the bracket. Itakupia January. So we need to drag this formula down.
Yes.
To drag that formula downward.
This one you need to drag,
Yes.
not to double click.
It to work. I wanted to test whether it is picking December and all this. It's all the same. If you undo, let me undo. If you double click here, they will copy. It is all the same. They will copy. I wanted to confirm, but as you can see, it is okay. Yeah?
Oh.
So then from there, you can now also copy this. You copy this and then come here, and then we filter this. Where can we put this? Yes, let's put this and then remove the duplicates also. Remove the duplicates. After removing the duplicates, this is what you will. January, December, January, October. That's why. So we have to inspect whether naona kuna March, April, November. Oh, first, you see, I copy it with the formulas. This one, it has a formula. That's why we are getting this one is November. This one, there is a January here. We have to copy it as a values without a formula. Yes. So how do we do that? Control C. We have to copy without a formula. So what do? You key in Control Alt V in your keyboard. Control Alt V. You get this small window, and then we need to copy values. So tapata. Now we are getting that, and then remove the duplicates. Now we are getting our monthly zikiwa mzuri. So we can copy this, come down here. Now, undo. So you can copy this or cut this, we paste it here. We need month here. So this month, we need month iziende hii side, ndio tupate hizi variables zetu zikuje hapa. So tunataka hii variables zikuje hapa, and then hizi months ziende row wise. How do we do that? Tunai copy aje, ama utakopi moja moja hivi tu, Control C, paste hivyo, ukiendelea hivyo. Yes.
So how do you do it?
Excel can do it for you. Just copy paste, select that, Control C, put your cursor here, Control Alt V, and then copy values, not even values because it is already values, a transpose. So we do a transpose there and then click OK. Excel itafanya majabu. So mapata they copy in that way.
So they will go the other side.
Yes, they will go the other side. Then you delete this one. Now we do months. Can say we can put month here so that we don't have this column. Now that one. Now from here, we need now to get how much was the petty cash for January, petty cash for March, all the way to the total side, right?
Yes.
So we use now this function. the sum if. I remember ukiniuliza is not the same and then nikakuuliza another one is more powerful compared to another one. So this one
Yes, another one.
yes, this can perform more function compared to this. This is only limited to one condition, but this one can perform even more than three condition. So we will, but the application is the same. So we will say equals the sum if, which is that, and then you will take the sum range. So now the sum, this one, it starts with the sum range. The other one, the sum range ilikuwa mwisho. So we start with the sum range, which is amount G, and then we locked that, comma, and then the criteria range. The first criteria, we can't have a split, which is the account. Let's say the account is the first criteria. The account is the first criteria, and then we also need to lock that, comma, the criteria one will be our accounts. So that is our criteria one. And then comma, the criteria two, the criteria range two, the criteria range two now is month.
It will be amount.
Not amount. Si tulianza na amount.
Okay.
The sum range ilikuwa amount.
Yeah,